Hey, yo, what's up? This is Zorpox.
And together with Zim and Groppa. But let's scratch that out. Let's start over. I feel so rusty still.
Yeah, man, we could go,
Oh,
we could go. This
okay.
is Grim.
And this. Oh, well, okay. You said my name.
Oh, all right, okay. Three, two, one. All right, so this is Zorpox.
And this is Grim.
Yeah, man. We haven't done a pass the salt in how long, Grim? How long? How long?
For
This
a
one.
long time.
Let me go up on the YouTubes and let me just check and see. Uh, so while I'm doing this, what have you been up to?
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I haven't really been doing much content wise. I've just kind of been trying to focus on work, trying to get things done.
Right, right.
I hate to say these last few days have been a one man army, which has taken a toll. So hopefully now that things are kind of at the ease a bit, I just kind of want to take things and try to get myself, in order, like health wise and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Mental health is a big part of life. Without mental health, sometimes is your body can literally shut down.
Yeah, and that's the thing, guys. We take mental health very seriously these days. Um, you know what? You should always take mental health seriously, not just these
Exactly.
days. Okay, so the last pass, the salt we did was 5 months ago, and the very last video that we had, video, not shorts, was 2 months ago. So according to how we say it, we sticking. We had to get stuff
Yeah,
up and running. We had to get some content on the channel. All right.
definitely. Well, I mean, I'm a big part of the reason why that hasn't been happening because I was supposed to do a few videos now. I have my very first Hot Toys video that what I mean,
Yeah. You
I
have this Hot
filmed
Toys
already.
video to do for the longest while. Don't
Yeah,
don't disappoint our 64 million subscribers. I mean, seriously, bro.
yeah,
You
true.
gotta
And
do that thing.
like I said, I've been going through some rough times, so
Yeah.
I will try to see if I can get that done as soon as possible. I do have some Gundam videos that I wanted to actually release, as well as some gargoyle videos that I wanted to do that I already did, but again, I tried doing it before, but the quality of the video didn't come out too good, so I wanted to do that video.
Right,
So
right. I understand that, bro. And you know what? In this channel, we aim for perfection. You know.
exactly.
Yeah.
So I don't want to put like garbage out there, if you know what I mean. So
Yeah. Okay, so what what movies or what have you been like collecting lately?
well, the last I should say figure I bought was that Hot Toys figure. I won't say it out. And I mean, you know what? I could say that I bought a Patterson Batman.
Yeah, yeah. He
I
bought
mean, so
guys. He bought the sparkly Batman. Now
yeah,
I
so
only see it. I only see it in pictures. And don't really have the time to really visit anymore because we're so busy. You busy, and I have
yeah,
my stuff
definitely.
to do. You know how the adulting goes, but you did send pictures, and we did do a video call, and that thing, guys, that
Yeah, it looks really good.
Patterson looks very good. You know,
I
he's
would
not my,
say it's actually one of the best like Batman Hot Toys figures.
yeah, he's not my favorite Batman, but I mean, you have to tip your hat to good stuff, and that's some really good stuff. As
Yeah,
we were talking earlier this evening, and I did tell you that when I dip into Hot Toys, I really want to see if I could get my hands on the Keaton bats.
yeah, definitely. The only thing is, the Keaton Batman is there's different versions. There's the 1.01 that you could probably get like right now if you wanted to, providing once it's available. But the 2.0 that recently came out, a lot of people have a lot of gripes with it, especially the fact that it's not smooth. The texture of the suit is not smooth. It's kind of has this kind of, I guess, rough texture. So a lot of people don't like that, but apparently it was that texture is on the original suit in the movie. But people, you can't really please everybody.
No, you can't. You can't because I was watching a video. I was watching a live stream the other day, and one of the guys said that the new Keaton bats, he thinks that it doesn't look like Keaton much. And after watching the pictures, I was like, what is he seeing that I'm not seeing? I find it looking like Keaton. You know?
Well, yeah, it does actually look like Keaton. I'll be honest with you. Even the Patterson head sculpt looks like Patterson. I mean, it's not like to say that, oh, it's a McFarlane like attempt or
Oh, sick
fine
burn.
attempt. That, I mean, so it's not like to say, well, you are spending, a little bit more money, than the average, 112 scale figure when you go to the 1/6 scale. So the thing is that the quality you get from those figures, yes, you definitely see it. Like for instance, you do see it's Patterson, you do see if it's Keaton, you do see if it's don't get me wrong, some of the head sculpts are kind of terrible, but Hot Toys has been stepping the game up on the recent figures.
Yeah.
So
And
I don't know.
I was just waiting for you to finish, but you didn't have to do my boy McFarlane that though. I mean, he trying and he does some really good stuff.
No, I like McFarlane stuff. You know what I mean? It's not
I
like
know
Marvel Legends.
I know sometimes, yeah,
I mean,
I know
Marvel
sometimes his
Legends
stuff
I despise.
I know sometimes his stuff just be like, hit or miss, but he does very good stuff. Oh yeah, and speaking of Marvel Legends, I find that their MCU stuff tends to be way better than their comic stuff in my opinion.
Sure, very
Yeah.
true on that
Yeah.
front.
Right. So,
Because
uh-huh.
but I mean, I would like to buy probably some of I don't remember like the new Deadpool and Wolverine figures from Marvel Legends actually look pretty good.
Yeah, yeah. I was having some conversations with some friends, and I prefer the Logan in the wife beater instead of the yellow suit that he wore in the movie.
Okay.
I don't mean like the costume on the whole, but the way how the Marvel Legends look. I was telling them that the Marvel Legends with him in his Wolverine suit, they made his hips a little too wide for a dude and for Hugh Jackman. But when I look at the movie, I don't know if it's just how the costume lay on him. At times he really look like if he have like extra hips and stuff now. So
Oh, okay, okay.
kudos to them with the accuracy, but I doubt I'll pick. I find it just looking kind of weird. So I prefer
All right.
him in the wife beater and the blue jeans. So yeah. So what about you?
Well, like I said, I don't really have a problem with it so much because
Mm,
the thing is, I would actually love to get like some form of like 1/12 scale Wolverine and Deadpool, basically.
yeah. Well, hey,
But
what about the Mezco?
um, here's the thing with the Mezco. I find he looks a little too stubby. That
Mm-hmm.
that I don't know. It doesn't look, right. The same thing. Reason why I didn't want to get the basically the Batman from Mezco.
Right.
It just looked he looks too short, right? And I don't know. It just didn't sit right with me.
Yeah.
So
Uh,
I just opted for the next best thing was Hot Toys, the Batman instead of, well, there were the in arts, which was a little bit more money, and but the thing is that the in arts to me look like, for the long run, yes, it's the most inaccurate Robert Pattinson Batman, but the thing is that the question I always ask myself in those kind of cases, like those really, really, really high end figures,
yeah.
for instance, like the ones with the rooted hair,
Oh,
the textured skin,
no, I get.
thin pecans and stuff like
I
that.
think
How
that is
would
a
they stand this,
yeah,
the
yeah.
time?
How they stand the test of time, and
Yeah,
then you have to be a particular collector because you don't want dust and you don't want
Exactly.
sun to be hitting it, or you don't want your room too hot. So
Exactly.
it have too many variables for those kind of
Exactly.
things. So you really have to look at what you're buying and do your research when it comes to those things.
Exactly.
For me, as I was telling you earlier, I don't like rooted hair hot toy stuff because you grew up with your sister. I grew up with my cousins, right? And you tend to see what happens when you don't take care of rooted hair on Barbies, right? So I
Well,
don't want
true. True.
I don't want my figure to be looking like, every day you have a bad hair day, and I taking care of his hair more than I taking care of mine. So I prefer the plastic hair, right?
It's funny. There are people that actually do that out there. You know what I mean? So,
Man, hey, all kudos to them, but I don't have that time for that. So give me like the plastic hair.
true.
What about you?
Well, that's hence why I went with the Patterson.
All
I
right,
mean,
right.
I like don't get me wrong. The Inarts is amazing. And the Hot Toys. There's a lot of little things about the Hot Toys vision that it's not correct. I have like what I guess little mods to do on it because I already bought them. I just have to paint them up and stuff like that. Like for instance, I got the standard edition, so I didn't get the sticky bomb gun.
Okay.
So I have was to buy a sticky bomb gun on eBay, right? As well as the coal has a big issue as well.
But let me
The
ask you
coal,
something. Now, I may be giving some stuff away for your review, but
Mhm.
how you feel that figure didn't come with the sticky bomb gun, or that you had to go and get a aftermarket color for him on eBay? You think that should
Well,
have been included in the figure
no, well, the
for
thing
the
is,
price?
okay, I could understand the color because, okay, the color is a part of the figure and stuff like that. Okay, cool. But the sticky bomb gun, okay, all right, he has his holster, yes, but it came with an empty holster, right? They give you a lot of other little small things, like for instance, I'll be honest with you, I didn't need he comes like with a pair of handcuffs,
Right.
right? Comes with also like the letter, like the
Hey,
postcard and stuff like that.
I do think. All right, so you sent me pictures, but did he come with the adrenaline needle?
Yeah,
Oh
came with
wow,
like
that's cool.
the
That's cool.
adrenaline needle. Came with also the flares and stuff like that,
Okay.
which is cool. All those stuff are cool, right? But like for instance, he came with two capes,
Two
right?
capes. Okay.
Now the thing is that instead of giving me two capes, like one cape is for the motorcycle, the bad cycle,
Yeah.
right? Now not everybody's gonna buy the bad cycle, right? So to me, the accessory to come with the bad cycle would have been the longer cape, right?
Mm-hmm.
But what I'm saying is that I don't, people didn't really need the longer cape if you're not gonna buy the bike, right?
Right.
Because I hate to say it, the longer cape doesn't trip right on the figure in the first place. To my liking, I thought I would have loved like a long cape on that figure, but unfortunately, no, it doesn't. This Batman doesn't do well with long capes,
Okay. I
right?
see. Yeah, yeah.
And like I said,
Because
it, it
I could see that, because when you really look at his suit design, he will look real odd
exactly with
with
a
a
really really
long,
long
yeah, with a
cape.
really long cape. He
He's more
more,
of a real world tactical Batman
yeah,
now.
he is
I
a
mean,
tactical guy. So
so the thing is because this is not a Batman that flips around or like jumps from building to building, right? Yeah, he has a grappling hook and stuff like that, gun and stuff like that. Cool, but this is a guy he doesn't really flip around like he's not a big gigantic fighter like how you see like how Batman usually is,
yeah, because you
right?
could see like with the other movies, the way how they design the bat suits, to me, the longer capes fit those
Exactly,
iterations, especially
exactly. Like for
Keaton.
instance, Keaton. Well,
Keaton,
Keaton, yeah, Keaton's cape
yeah,
is meant to be long. I would
and
say Ben Affleck's cape. Well, Ben
you know
Affleck's
what?
Batman.
His own to me, Ben Affleck cape could be like more medium range.
Well, it could be,
It
but I
it
mean
don't necessarily have to be huge.
his one is a little long for whatever
Yeah, but
reason.
it don't have to be
Um,
bellowing. Like how
yeah,
Spawn cape is.
the X19, which is the Christian Bale version, that cape is long.
Yeah, the
right?
cape
Well,
long.
of his iteration of Batman, his cape so long, right?
Mm.
So I can understand like those Batman, like you know,
Yeah.
they should have like long capes. But like for instance, this Batman has being that he's a tactical, the suit is very tactical. Like for instance, the actual Batsuit is actually based off of a wingsuit, right? A real world wingsuit. So
Mm.
the thing is to have like a long cape with the suit makes no sense to me. The cape, like for instance, a lot of people's complaining about the cape. That to me, that's nonsense.
Bro, I
You know,
still complaining about the car. But yeah,
well,
it is what it is.
you know what? I like the car. I really do. I really do like the car because, like I said, it's a real world attempt on, a person becoming Batman,
Yeah.
right?
Well, all right.
So,
You see, no, no, this is where he's just not a person. This dude is a billionaire. You know, so to get to just get a muscle car and super top to me is like, meh. You know, for me, you being a billionaire and you have all these
no, well,
resources,
well,
you could get
true.
something a little flashier or something a little, more rigid. But
Well, when you really check it out, like for instance, this iteration of Batman, with he basically is like the Batcave is a subway station, abandoned subway station, basically, right? Um, which is, it was a decent take. He actually lives not in Wayne Manor itself, but actually in some like some penthouse,
yeah,
right? It was like a different change. And
yeah,
don't get me wrong, I do like like I said, I have no problem with the Batmobile. For instance, I actually love that Batmobile. Right. The only thing is, right, it's there's for instance, they was doing like, okay, this is like a real world take on Batman. There's no way in hell that Batmobile would actually exist in the real world. But anyway, it is what it is,
yeah. It is.
right?
It is what it is. But hey, another thing I just want to point out too, and this is not anything new or groundbreaking stuff, but another thing, I'll, you will have to look out for if you get in hot toys is you can't keep it in a pose for too long,
No, no,
especially
no.
depending on the
I
type of material, right?
Dude, I don't even keep my Gundams in like particular poses. I
Right.
usually just keep them neutral because reason being, I knew after a while joints is always an issue,
Yeah, yeah.
right?
And if you don't have that flight stand, you might be in some
Exactly.
problems.
Because sometimes and also, especially with Gundam figures, even keeping them like stand up on their own, you might find that their ankles eventually
Mm-hmm.
might actually start to give away depending on like if a kit isn't painted and stuff like that.
Right,
What
right.
happens is that the joints start to get slack.
Yeah, yeah. And they don't have the friction from the paint itself.
Exactly.
Mm.
So, and the thing is that remember it's also painted, so you kind of like wear away at the paint ever so often
Right,
every time you
right.
move the joint. So eventually, what happens is that it runs slack, and then eventually, what's gonna happen is that you're gonna find it either slouching over, slouching backwards because the backpack is very heavy
Yeah.
and stuff like that. All different sorts of things, especially if you have it up on a flight. Well, what I do sometimes is like, especially like my figures that have like wings and stuff like that, I would have it up on an action base basically. So that might help it actually take some load off of
Yeah.
the figure itself.
And as you
Joints.
think too, a lot of those Gundam kits have these huge backpacks or
Exactly.
wings or weaponry and stuff like that. So yeah, I could understand that. Hey, so anything else you collect? Anything that you see lately that you want to pick up in the future?
Well, right now, I don't know. I'm kind of like indecisive at the moment. Reason being, I do like, I always like the Infinity War, Hot Toys. Yeah, the Hot Toys Infinity War machine.
Right.
That's actually, and I always like that iteration of that Hot Toys figure. So I'm actually thinking about trying to see if I could pick that one up maybe on eBay. Probably maybe
Whew.
secondhand, depending on.
Bro, good luck with that.
Yeah,
Good luck
I know
with
it's risky
that.
sometimes because right now there's a lot of fake figures going around. especially with the Hot Toys Iron Man stuff.
Yeah.
So you kind of have to be careful. But I do probably want to pick that figure up. If not, I'm probably maybe I haven't like picked up a Gundam in a long time. Like the last Gundam kit I actually picked up was the MGX, which I still haven't built, and I bought that from like that was a pre-order basically. So and I haven't built that yet. So I do actually no. The last Gundam kit I actually bought was the Gundam RL, the full mechanics RL, which I did build, right? But what I did, I just built it and left it in the box. I didn't have it on display or anything like that in my room. So I do want to probably take that out of the box and probably strip it down and paint it because that is actual decent. Like kit. I saw that they actually have now like mods to turn it basically into a master grade in some cases, where you could have like a cockpit and stuff like that. It doesn't come like with a figure or anything like that, but
Yeah.
there's no like well, there isn't really like a cockpit inside or anything like that in the mod, but there's like an opening whereby it looks like a cockpit where you put in a pilot figure and stuff like that. So it's kind of it looks kind of decent. I don't know. I do want to do maybe some LED with like buy LED kit. There's the Cosmos LED kits that for a lot of Gundam stuff. So you know it will be pretty decent because I do love the Pumet score and stuff like that for the Gundam RL in particular.
Mm.
So we shall see how it goes.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't gotten the Gundam bug in a long time. I know, like for instance, there is like that master grade that came out for the Gundam narrative um, movie. I did so happen I saw recently the latest Gundam movie, which from Gundam Seed, which was it was alright. It was cool. I mean, but what I mean, I've kind of like taken a little backseat from Gundam stuff for a while.
Yeah, man. I mean,
So
it have so many
yeah,
other things to collect
yeah,
outside.
definitely. So and I kind of like more jump towards like a lot of 1/6 scale figures actually,
That's you know
piquing
what?
my
That is
interest.
a big jump though. Is
Mhm.
big jump as in size and in monetary wise.
Well, yeah, that's
For
the thing
one
about it.
six.
But the thing
Yeah.
is that they're not only like hot toys like figures. I mean, you get a lot of like 3-0, 1/6 scale stuff, and they're like in a pretty decent price range
Right.
and
Yeah.
stuff
Yeah.
like that.
30. 30 has some real good stuff.
Exactly, and like for
Reasonable
instance,
stuff.
I believe they are bringing out the well, I don't know if you know, but the I believe 3-0 or some companies actually bringing out the Ninja Storm Rangers.
We also the red one.
Yeah, they brought out the red one, so probably they're going to bring out the others, and I do have a little you know
Yeah. They will
the
have
little
to.
soft spot for Ninja Storm as well as some other company. I don't know if it's the same company, but they brought out the movie Power Rangers
Yeah. I
with
saw
the armored
those.
suits.
I saw those. Those look meh at best. It
Yeah,
look
they
close,
don't come
but
with like the
I'm not a big
like
fan
certain
of.
accessories,
Yeah.
and it's for me to be like,
I think
yeah, I
I
want
think
that.
they only have the guys. So I only saw the red, the black, and the blue. I didn't see the
Yeah,
white neither the ladies. So
yeah. Well, I
so,
guess it'll come out in a timing. And like for instance, I don't know. I do like like I said, I'm a big Ghostbusters fan, and I saw that they actually, other companies doing a run at the 1/6 scale Ghostbusters. Even though it's not called Ghostbusters, I believe it's called Ghost Hunters or something of the sort.
all right.
Is being marketed under. So they right now, I believe they have Winston and Peter is supposed to be coming out pretty much soon.
Mm-hmm.
And they have the pack that lights up and everything like that. So the actor is actually still in play, but I don't know. I don't have the space for like a 1/6 scale vehicle, to be quite honest with you, right?
Yeah. Right
So I
now.
don't think I would actually, even if I do have the money to actually purchase it, I don't think I'll buy a 1/6 scale vehicle. because I don't really have the space
Right, but
to to display that.
I've been honest. I once I have the space, I would chance it. I'll chance one, and the only 1.6 vehicle I would like is the '89 Batmobile to go with my Keaton, and that's about it. You
What
put
from Jazz Inc.
yeah,
or Hot Toys?
not the Hot Toys. The Jazz Inc. one to me much better. Is that Graham? You could picture Keaton Bats and the Batmobile in a
But you
glass
know what I
case or
love
something.
about
That
the
is a
Jazz Inc.
collectible.
Yeah, but you know what I love about the Jazz Inc. Especially that particular Batmobile, the remote that controls it
Yeah,
looks
yeah.
exactly like the remote that he had in the movie.
Yeah, in the movie. Yeah, real good. They did their research. Very, very good on their part. To incorporate that.
Mm-hmm.
Very good. Um, well, for me,
And
on the other hand, I picking up big, bits and bobs here and there to complete my collection. These days lately, I'm going in hard on the Zack Snyder verse with figures and
okay,
the Shazam, the guy, the Zachary Levy. Uh, I bought I think at the time it was the DC Multiverse um, that Mattel did before McFarlane got the license. I got him. I finally got a Gal Gadot, um, Wonder Woman to go with my Ezra Miller, Flash, and Henry, Superman. So bit by bit, I'll grow in that collection.
okay.
I like to separate like the comic and game stuff to the movie stuff. Same thing I'm doing with Marvel, and lately I jumped back in to getting Toy Biz Lord of the Rings stuff.
Dude,
Yeah, that stuff
I'm not
underrated
gonna lie to
line.
you. I actually, when you told me you got it, I took a little time into it. There are a lot of Lord of the Rings toy biz figures out there.
Yeah, and it's a very very underrated line. Toy Biz was doing the work when it come into that trilogy. It was doing the work. I mean, they do a lot of characters. They was doing obscure characters and all. Imagine you could get a elven warrior that was fighting on. You remember Helm's Deep in the Two Towers?
Yeah, yeah.
You could get them, right? You could get characters that only show for like a couple of seconds in the movie. The cool intro in the first movie where I think it was the Elven King and the human king, the man, the king of
Yeah,
men.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
When his sword broke under him and Isildur pick up the sword and thing, you're getting him, you're getting Isildur, sorry. So they went in real deep, and the thing is to find them at a good price and complete. That is the challenge now on eBay. So
Quick question, all right?
yeah.
Seeing that we like on the topic of Lord of the Rings in particular, are you watching the Amazon series?
I'm not watching it, but it have a lot of people that doing like these deep dives into the series. So
Okay.
they will watch an episode and then they will have like watch alongs,
Mm-hmm.
and
Okay.
then they will give you like a whole synopsis of the episode and stuff. One person in particular that I watch, I think his name is Men of the West or something like that. He does a
Okay.
lot. I think his whole channel just based on Lord of the Rings stuff, right? So if for all those super nerds out there that like that kind of sword and sorcery kind of thing, his channel is a very good channel. It have plenty, but his channel in particular does watch, and he does go into every episode. And to tell you the truth, Grim, from what I see in it, it meh at best.
Well, what's funny? Okay, look, I'll give you my honest opinion, especially about the first season, without going into too much details. Only certain few episodes actually caught, my eye than if in the first season, right? For instance, the episode when basically Mordor was actually born.
Yeah, yeah,
That was kind of cool, right? I
yeah,
don't. There are certain characters, I can understand why that show gets a lot of hate, I really do. But there are little gems in it that makes it sometimes enjoyable. I don't want to be like that guy that like, oh, it's total garbage and you shouldn't watch it and stuff like that. No, it's there are little gems in it that you're watching, especially a lot of stuff to do with the orcs, right?
Yeah, yeah.
It's pretty cool.
They took a few liberties, right? And the name of the channel is Men of the West. Yeah, that is the name of the channel.
Okay.
So
Mhm. Go ahead.
they took some liberties because they didn't get everything from the Tolkien estate, as I understand. So they could only use certain things.
Yeah,
They
like for instance, they created a character called Adar, which is
yeah, yeah,
basically the
yeah, yeah.
father of the orcs
You
or
could
the Uruk,
do
as he
those
prefers to be,
you could
like to
do
be called.
those kind of things, yeah. But my main complaint about this series is that I've heard that they are pumping in more money into this series than I think HBO on Game of Thrones, right?
Hmm.
Because it's Amazon. That is what I heard. If that is true, they're doing a terrible job because I just still find like Game of Thrones feels better. It feels full, the when you look at these episodes here, when the characters talking to a crowd of people, it doesn't feel like a crowd of people. It just feel like, okay, we get like 30 extras and dress them up and just have them in our court listening. Game of Thrones just feels full, feels more like it has
Well,
more to
it's
it.
funny. I think Game of Thrones actually lost some of the zing that it had.
It boy from bro from what I heard from people. Now the thing is, I didn't used to follow on Game of Thrones. It was just like a distant kind of murmur for me, whispers and stuff of this Game of Thrones. It's only later on I got into it, and a lot of people says like from season 8 to 7 to 8 it was terrible. But for me,
Yeah,
I think season 1 to 4 was the best for me. I really
I don't
enjoyed
know.
season 1.
I didn't really. Okay, see House of Dragons. I'm not really. How to put it? I've watched first season. I've watched piece of the second season.
Right.
Right, I haven't finished really watch that out
Bro.
because I don't know. It just seemed boring. It's
Yeah.
like they trying.
Yeah, strangely enough, I enjoying House of Dragon more than I enjoying Rings of Power. The reason being is, in my case, I love Lord of the Rings so much. I'm a very harsh critic of what these people doing,
Well,
right?
I'll be honest with you. They haven't made a decent Lord of the Rings besides the first three movies.
I'd like
Anything else after that,
I'd like the
it's
Hobbit. I'd like the Hobbit.
I hated the Hobbit.
I like the Hobbit. I'll give the Hobbit.
I
I'll give
only
the Hobbit some
only
props.
only I could only stand the first Hobbit movie, and that was it. Everything after that made no damn sense. It was a cash grab, right? Okay, they added in Legolas because again to get that, oh, the nostalgia factor, right? It just made no goddamn sense. And not only that, the CGI in that was just terrible. It was way, way, way terrible. I don't know for a reason. Especially, I remember watching. I believe it's the second Hobbit, right? The second one
Mm-hmm.
on a plane, right? And it was just so boring. It was boring to actually watch that movie on a plane. And I didn't see like I said, I was like, oh yeah, cool, they have that. It was really boring on the plane to watch that. I mean, and you're talking about a long flight because I was like going to England,
Yeah.
right? So yeah, I didn't like that at all.
Yeah, well, I didn't really have a problem with it. Yeah, certain things like Legolas being there and the whole love affair with the elf and the dwarf Toriel, and I think it was Philly or Killy, one out of them.
Oh,
I didn't really see that necessary because to me the book was enjoyable enough. You didn't have to train Legolas, but it would have had people outside there saying, "Oh wait, this is, oh, that's Legolas' father, so where Legolas is," right? I could understand people asking that, but in the book, Tolkien didn't write about Legolas. You know, the story wasn't about him or anything. But as you
No.
rightfully say, is they they push him in there for the cash grab. You
Yeah,
know,
it
people
was a
want to
cash
see
grab.
him. Yeah, he's so cool. He made a name for himself in the first three movies. But
Exactly.
the book by itself was good enough for me. You know, so they didn't really have to throw those characters in. And it was
Because guess
so
what?
weird. It was so weird
You
seeing
know what's
Orlando
funny?
Bloom
Yeah.
being older, looking older than his father in the movie, because in real life he older than is Lee Pace is the guy name, yeah. Hey, look
Okay.
at that. We get names in
But
we
I'm
get
not gonna
names
lie
in
to
this
you.
one.
The in-arts figure, 1/6 scale figure for him when it does probably pop, like come on the market, is probably going to be a figure to pick up.
Yeah. Yeah, they're doing some real good stuff.
Yeah,
So
the
I wouldn't
in-arts
be
stuff.
surprised
Like
if
I
it's
said,
a bummer,
I have to give
a good
in-arts
one.
like their props. I do like their Lord of the Rings stuff,
Yeah, but
and it's
yeah,
not bad. It's like I believe it's like 300 or something
yeah.
for like the figure so far because they have Gandalf at the moment and they have Aragon. So
Oh yeah, I see. You sent me the pictures of the Aragon. That looked
yeah,
pretty good.
it looked, dude. I was blown away when I saw like somebody did a review on it. I was
Yeah,
like,
but
it's tempting, but
I
like I
mean,
said, I don't know the rooted. Like I said, I don't know if I could take,
you're really
care of a figure like
surprised.
that.
You're really surprised that they get right. I mean, they have so many years to get right. That movie went what in 2000 2001 it came out, right? So they have all these years to perfect it. If they didn't perfect it, well, boy, they need help. You know, the
I
first
do want
iteration
to,
should be
yeah,
perfect for them.
but I do like I said, like one trilogy I would love to get into is Star Wars, like collecting like Star Wars stuff. But that again is um, other IP that's
What?
stuff very
It
expensive.
yeah, when it cool, but
Like for
what?
instance, I do have like some Star Wars stuff. Like for instance, I do have like a Black Series Vader. I do have a few a Stormtrooper,
Yeah,
particular, a few little things here and there. But I do want to probably get into some of that, and even some of the like the 1/6 scale GI Joe stuff as well. I do want to get pick up, especially like I believe what is it? 3-0 has Roadblock. They have a few other like besides the ninjas, right? They do have the Snake Eyes. They do have
I think they
the
have
Storm Shadow.
a Cobra Commander and Destro.
Yeah. So and I mean, they're low. There are certain aspects of like certain IPs that you do want to actually pick up, but there's only so much you could actually collect, right? So
Yeah,
I
but
do want
the most
to.
important thing, you need space. If you don't have the
Well, that's the
space,
thing
what are you
about it.
gonna do?
And I'm not gonna lie to you. My Gundam content is actually taking over the majority of my room.
Well,
I mean,
get
so
floating shells or something. You know?
yeah. Well, eventually I have to see what I'm gonna probably do. But when I mean because I do have like my different Gundam I guess universes on different shelves. Like for instance, I do have my UC shelf. I do have my like Gundam Seed. Do have like my double O, my IDO, and then okay, like for instance, they are bringing out the new the master grade Vidar Gundam Vidar, which is sometime next year, which I'm definitely gonna pick up. I mean, I do have my Gundam Wing, which I basically have every master grade. Well, I shouldn't say every master grade, but every master grade that I actually wanted. So I mean, I do have like the Ultron Gundam, which is the P Bandai. I do have like Tall Geese, Heavy Arms, Sandrock, which is your boy, Duo Maxwell. Um,
Yeah, they get them. Yeah, they have them all.
I mean, and then you have to have all the Shaw. Well, I have like the three main Shaw assembled suits in most cases. So I have the Zaku one, which is the original Red Comet. Yeah, this is Zabi. Well, I do have the clone full frontal, the Shinanju.
That is never
So
song right. Full
yeah,
frontal.
it never sounds full frontal, but what can they do? I mean, I do have like the Moon Gundam and stuff like that. I have the God Gundam, which is, you know, one of my favorite Gundams. But I have that basically in Master Grade as well as in RG, which is the real grade. So, I mean, I do have quite a bit of Gundam stuff in particular.
yeah,
Plus, I have like two different versions of like Wing Zero,
right,
right?
right.
Which is the Proto Zero as well as the one, the recent Ring Zero that actually came out. I gave you, I think, well, I gave you my first Wing Zero that I ever built, right?
Mm-hmm.
I do have like the new Gundam. I have it like in both versions. Well, I have it in Master Grade. Well, the regular version, and then I have the other one in RG, which is one of the best RG kits I've ever built. I don't even think I want to paint it because that kit is so perfectly built, and the color scheme and everything like that. I just want to just probably just I've never clear coated it or anything like that. So I do have the decals and stuff like that. I do want to put the decals on and just probably clear coat it and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Probably use like a super gloss on it. But yeah, I don't know. It's like certain Gundam stuff now. It's like if they bring out certain stuff, like there's like different kits right now. I actually, like I said, I want to pick up like the narrative Gundam. I'll probably pick that up. There's a few like 1/100 skilled like non master grade dish suits I'll probably pick up in the future. Like especially from Gundam Seed, for instance, the Forbidden Gundam and stuff like that. I do want to pick like certain Gundams up, especially there's like third party kits now that look pretty good. I would never thought that, like non-Bandai kits would look really, really good. So they're like different kits now that pique my interest, especially a lot of this stuff from especially like I said, Witcher Mercury stuff. They look pretty decent. Like for instance, there's only, well, I believe one 100 scale kit or whatever. But I'm not a high grade person like to pick up like high grade little kits and stuff. I do have own some in particular, but I don't know. It's like there's certain stuff now that Bandai's been doing. I kind of have to give them their props. I didn't like it in the past, but now I've picked up on like certain things or whatever. That's the way how they're doing it now, especially with the parts version and stuff like that.
yeah.
So it's a lot easier to paint. A lot of stuff are coming a lot more color accurate, even though like certain ones are very sticker heavy, which is terrible. Like for instance, my tall geese, I have to repaint certain parts on it because some of the stickers in particular that they, especially for like the yellow bits that they, I guess, for the wings and stuff like that, has to be, the stickers basically coming off. So I need to, paint all that stuff and have that looking good because the tall geese is, the tall geese is basically one of the staples of Gundam Wing. So I need to have my tall geese actually looking pretty good because what I mean, I do have the others all painted up and everything like that. So
Yeah.
the only one that hasn't really been totally, I guess, pimped out painted what is the tall geese that I have.
Yeah. Hey, but what do you think of the Deadpool movie though?
I actually enjoyed that movie.
Yeah, that movie was very enjoyable for what it was. I wasn't expecting
Yeah.
too much. I wasn't expecting any like Oscar writing.
Well, the
Something.
thing is, right?
It was just a fun movie for
Exactly, and
fans.
the thing is that if you don't take a Deadpool movie seriously, because I'll be honest with you, if you look at part one
Let me be honest.
and you look at part two, it's basically the same movie.
Let me be honest. We could really take any Marvel, any MCU movie seriously ever since
Well,
Infinity War, or Endgame,
true.
because it's trash.
Those movies
Became trash.
were done perfectly, to the point whereby it was done too perfectly, right?
I wouldn't
So
say
whereby,
perfectly. It was done very well. I wouldn't say
well,
perfectly.
the thing is that
It's
they
better than what
kind
we
of
get now.
they kind of like wrote themselves into a corner that they can't undo.
Yeah, they did too much.
That's what I said. It was done a little too perfectly,
It's still
right?
not
Because
perfect.
well,
It wasn't perfect.
nothing
It
could ever
was
be
it
perfect.
was well done, but it better than what we getting now.
Yeah, but the thing is that they wrote themselves into a corner that they can basically get back out to. And the thing was is that every the way how that movie was written, it was like the end, everything. And what they thought is that they can bring in new characters and everybody would be like gun ho for these
I
new
don't
characters,
I
but
don't mind,
no.
but that is it. You can't really base everything on the old characters. You could bring in new characters. It's just the argument is write good stuff, and then people will like your new characters. Because it have a lot of times the right stuff that it's not making any sense, and it frustrating. It's frustrating. It's like, well, they're really using AI or the intern or something to write these kind of things. A lot of the movies just meh, and as much as they try to hype the second Black Panther, it could never beat the first one.
I'll be honest with you, that movie was doomed from the conception that once Chadwick Boseman died, that movie was doomed. Sorry to say that. Regardless whether they like written it like to be the greatest movie in the world.
Yeah, I mean, uh, and I think there was pushing out.
To be honest with you, they didn't really um, give him a tribute that he should have gotten in the movie.
They
I
didn't.
mean, they really tried. You know, I mean, they tried to bring in new characters, and there was a lot of characters that they didn't necessarily need to introduce. Like, for instance, okay, Riri Williams didn't need to be in that movie. The whole stick about Riri Williams being in that movie made no goddamn sense. I mean, again, that was a poor decision. She really makes more sense being in an Iron Man movie than a Black Panther movie.
Boy, I really don't know the connection. I don't know if she'd probably show up in Wakanda in the comic book, and
No,
it's like,
she
oh,
did not.
let me just shoehorn her in this.
I think that
Um,
was more of just that she's a black character, and that's a black movie, and that's basically it.
I wouldn't say it's a
It's
black.
not.
I wouldn't say it's a black movie. You know what that movie is? You will be bold enough to say that was a movie for minorities.
I wouldn't even say that's a movie for minorities because the thing was is that well, I don't know. You see, the thing is that the the stature that the first movie had, yeah, a lot of people. I guess I should say the black community needed that. That like that empowerment, that star power that that movie had, that first movie had, was really, really, really good, right? And you have to give the directors props for that, right? But the thing is that lightning in a bottle is sometimes very hard to recreate, right? And the thing was is that that movie had some issues when Chadwick Boseman died. That was a big part of he was a big part of that movie. He's the reason why people love Black Panther in the first place. And
Yeah, he was
yeah,
the star.
there were other characters. Yes, don't get me wrong. There like Mbaku and stuff like that. But that movie technically died from the conception when Chadwick Boseman died. So to
I don't
see
know.
that
I don't know where they will go from here. I really
no,
have no
the
idea.
thing is that, and not only that too. I think Kevin Feige put his foot in his mouth in the beginning when he said, "Oh, they would never replace him," because the thing is that yes, in the comics, Shuri became the Black Panther for some time or whatever, and then okay, the way how they read it is
I don't
that
think it's that. The reason why he say that is like he don't want to recast him. And what is the problem with recasting him? Unless they just want to give him I believe they just wanted to give him the mantle because he was Black Panther and the movie was so successful. And as you say, people love him so much. But I think they could have gone and recast him.
I think so too, because they could do things correctly in a way that they recasted him and
But
still honor him.
they have him. They have it in a. They have him in a. they're gonna do it in a smart way now, seeing that the whole multiverse thing coming in.
Well, yeah, because don't get
Yeah.
me wrong, I'll be honest with you. To me, it's a couple to say that okay, Shuri took over, but she's gonna be Black Panther until his son is ready to be Black Panther. It's like no, we don't. People can't wait that long. I mean, it's not like to say
Boy,
okay that,
let me tell you, we waiting along for another good movie, so might as well.
and I don't want people to be like, oh, it's being sexist or anything towards that
No,
actress
we
or anything
don't.
like
You
that.
know, we
I'll be on
tired.
even. It's just that this the writing
We
is just I don't know. It wasn't really that good in that timing. I have no problem like with the actress. I think she's really good as Shuri. She brought a dynamic to the movie
I
that
think she
was
quit,
pretty
right?
amazing.
She didn't quit
Um,
Hollywood for
I
like a year or something, or
I
still
have
quit.
no I have no idea, dude. I'll be honest with you, but
Okay.
like I said, she's a really good actress. You know who's the other like you ever saw the okay? This may sound kind of like messed up what I'm gonna say, but for instance, acolytes, right? The Star Wars acolytes
Nah,
that caused a lot of
I'm not.
drama and
I'm
a
not
lot
going
of
to touch
shit,
his stuff.
right?
I'm not going to touch that, and
I
I'm not
have
going
no
to touch
problem
Agatha.
with the actress, right? The actress to me, she was doing her part and everything like that, but the writing and the storyline behind the whole like acolyte series was just total utter nonsense. It made no sense.
Yeah, because they're pushing the narrative, and we don't care
I
about
mean,
narratives. We don't care about
it
narratives.
has nothing to do with the actress. The actress,
We want a good
she was
story.
doing,
That's all.
she was doing her shit at the end of the day. So I mean, I don't know why people are, jumping on her throat and she's picking up like, like a big offense and stuff like that. And she's basically just apparently ruining her
No,
career
because
because a lot of people are attacking her and stuff like that.
yeah, because they just take it too personal. Yeah, okay, it's your job, and I could understand you getting upset if they're attacking your work and stuff, but you should have you should try to have thicker skin, because this young lady who played Kamala Khan in the latest Marvel movie, right? They wanted to blame her for Marvel's not doing good. And she was like, that is not my problem. I did my job to the best of my ability, what the director wanted. She said, hey, if you don't like the movie or the direction it took, take it up with Feige. And I commend her 100% for saying that. I do my
Yeah,
work.
again, it is not a problem.
Yeah, it's not
I
my
mean,
problem.
she's just a vessel
But
through their direction.
what they're doing now, what a lot of these actresses doing, right, is that they're taking it personal. They
Well, I understand because a lot of them, everybody trying to these days to be, oh, I'm a method actor. When I step onto this movie set, I become that character, and I breathe life into that character. But sometimes the direction that you are breathing that life into, or the direction that the director wants you to portray, is not what that character is to a lot of people.
right, but
We talk
it's
about
not.
years and years of writing.
It's true, but it's not the actor. It's not the actor's fault,
Mhm.
because that's why I'm saying
So,
they should not take it that personal. But it have a lot of these directors and these actors and actresses. They are attacking the fans. You shouldn't do that. You should just do your job and go about your business. If they don't like the movie, they don't like the movie, right?
I
It's
know
the same
art is
thing.
an interpretation of what it is.
It's the same thing with this guy who played Joffrey in Game of Thrones,
Because
right?
I'll be
He
honest with
did.
you, you know what a lot of people are not saying. Like for instance, I find especially the way how they portrayed the that particular Jedi who was after always taking over the twins, right? And you basically killed their
Yeah, well,
mom, right?
you have to be more specific, yes, because I have no idea who that is because I didn't watch
I
that
can't, yeah.
show.
Well, anyway, I can't remember the guy's name, but basically the let me see if I can pull up his name really, really quickly.
Yeah. So
Just
so what I was saying, right? Um, this guy who played Joffrey in Game of Thrones, he did so well portraying that character that he said that people used to trash talk him when they see him in the street. That is not my fault because I good, or it's not my fault because the story is trash and I do my job. But they just take it too personal.
yeah. Oh, Soul, Soul, right? Soul came off very predatory, from my point of view. He just came off really, really creepy. He's always like, "Oh, the girls! I need to take the girls away from their mom to save them." It just came off weird to me. It's like you kind of. I have no problem with the actor himself, but it's the way how the writing is. The writing actually pissed me off. He did a really excellent job, but it just came off creepy.
Yeah.
I'm not insulting him as as an actor. He's portraying who
Yeah,
he's supposed to portray.
he did what he have to do, but man, I
But
was
the
even wasting my
writing was
time watching that
just
series.
garbage. It was just garbage.
That's
all.
that is some couple hours you'll never get back in your life, right?
Well, that's the thing about it. I mean, that's the thing about it. Even like the Sith Lord or whatever, pretty decent concept of of a new character or whatever.
Yeah.
But again, it was just terrible writing.
Yeah.
I have nothing against the actors who were portraying whatever character. But the thing is, it's just that the writing was just dog shit. That's
the
all.
thing. They keep, and again, I will blame the actors because they keep coming out and attacking the fans. What you expect when you're attacking the fans?
And the thing is that they shouldn't take offense.
That's it. That's what I'm saying. You should not take offense. Just do your job and go.
Yeah, I could understand it as like percent, if you know what I mean. Like for instance, you try to embody this character, but the thing is that the writing was just terrible, 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 terrible. It made no sense. A lot of the things that they were doing, like for instance, you know that okay, the lady who played what's her name?
Back to the old pass the salt boy. Could never get names right.
For instance, there were a lot of like decent characters. Like for instance, there were the Trinity character, Carrie Ann Moss.
Yeah. I heard she died early. Spoilers.
Yeah, she died early, and she was pretty decent as a character to a certain extent. Oh god, the lady who played, she was in Guardians of the Galaxy. She played
Nebula.
Oh,
she was in that.
Okay. Yeah, I always forget her name. She was playing something like one of those like high ranking Jedi's, right?
Okay, cool.
She made no sense being in it. It made no freaking sense.
At the end of the day, it's Disney, and once they give me a check, I mean.
Well, that's the thing about it. I mean, I can't be mad at like these people because at the end of the day, that's what they do. They actually they get a check. I mean,
yeah, but hey,
but I can see why people. I mean, they might take offense because people are attacking them in some because it's not gonna be easy. Like, okay, for instance, that's why I'm not on. I don't like Twitter in particular, or X as it's called now. Is because the thing is that you are basically, they're not gonna attack the corporation, they're gonna attack you. So they're gonna go to your fan page and they're gonna spew whatever shit they wanna say about you, right? And you're gonna be like, why are you attacking my character? Yes, this is the character that they gave me to play and stuff like that.
Yeah, I just leave it like that. Next check, please, and you go about your way. Mm-hmm. But they keep, I tell you, they're coming after the fans and saying, "Oh, you guys, what? You guys hate women?" And I mean, come on, seriously.
No.
A lot of us married to women and have girlfriends and have children and have daughters and grandmothers and mothers. I mean, seriously.
No, it's
Gosh.
like I said, I'm not into the whole SWJ thing or whatever. Like I said, you want to be respected. I respect you because I want to be respected. You know what I mean? At the end of
Yeah.
the day, it's not like to say that the red pill, blue pill. I don't believe in all that shit.
Yeah.
That's a bunch of garbage too. You know what I mean, the Andrew Tate bullshit. The whatever podcast that they have out there with garbage people who just doing stuff to get like views and stuff like that. It makes no sense to me. But at the end of the day, dude, it's like if you want to be treated well, I mean, you have to treat people with the same respect that you want to be treated as. And at the end of the day, that's what I believe in, right? You don't take advantage of people because you don't want to be taken advantage of. Don't get me wrong, sometimes it happens to be that you get taken advantage of because people don't reciprocate the same you know energy that you want to be treated as. But you know what? At the end of the day, it's their fucking problem at the end of the day, dude. Right? But the thing is, I just find that a lot of there's a lot of garbage content out there or agendas that being pushed that there's no need. And the thing is that they attach these things to a lot of things that people like in particular.
Yeah, that already established.
That's already established, already has its whole
Yep.
its whole history. Basically, it's like almost like a Bible for some people, and then it's like you change that whole mythos
Yep.
to suit whatever agenda you are pushing. And
Yeah.
it's terrible. It's just really really terrible.
Hey,
I
so
mean,
I know that we tend to predict toy lines. You have any predictions, or should we do this for like the Christmas episode?
I say let's leave it for the Christmas episode. Reason being,
Right.
um, it's funny. I've actually like now and then like go back when like there's certain channels that like have like tsunami and stuff like that, like reruns.
Yeah.
I've started to actually watch back like some of this old stuff.
Okay. Okay.
Particular.
Hey, but
So
we could probably say that we have a 100% record when it comes to like predicting
yeah,
new
for real.
toys and stuff, right? Yeah.
And for those people who think that we're Captain Hindsight, no, 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 bitch.
Uh,
We've been doing it.
yeah, we've
We've
been doing
literally
it. We've been doing it.
we've
Put
been
some
doing it.
respect on our name, yo.
Yeah.
All right.
So
So
I do say that we are going to get SWAT cats at one point in time.
yeah, we are.
I don't know
Yeah.
why,
Yeah.
but yeah, we're
So
gonna get SWAT cats
soon. I hope is a
because we
decent.
did predict Biker Mice from Mars, and Biker
Yeah.
Mice from Mars are actually
Yeah. Yeah. And you know what?
in play right now.
I predict a samurai pizza cat real soon.
Mm-hmm.
Real soon. I hope. Oh man. I hope Super 7 will do it. I want Bandai to do it.
I think Bandai would probably do
Yeah, I want
Samurai
Bandai
Pizza
to
Cats.
do it. Please. But
See,
yeah.
for instance, especially if there's like an anime of Samurai Pizza Cats coming out, I they'll probably do it because it's funny. Sato's actually coming out as a figure. I think SH Figuarts is doing it,
Oh yeah, yeah.
if I'm not mistaken.
I mean, SHF could run through the whole main cast, and I
Dude,
think they would do well.
there's a company that actually is doing the 1/6 scale movie version.
Right.
And it looks pretty good.
Mm,
It's supposed to come out sometime next year.
I wonder.
They're doing basically the batch side vision for the last movie they did,
Yeah.
and they're doing a Wanderer version.
Well, I wonder if I should dive into that. I mean, I
Dude,
already
it
have a
looks
soft good
the
one.
face sculpt and everything looks amazing.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I mean, when you're doing a figure that big, I mean, you should get your face sculpt real good though.
Yeah, the one that
Everything.
actually coming like with the reverse edge sword,
Right.
and the other one is coming like with the actual
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
side sword. So that's I'll be honest with you. Both versions might be actually a flick to actually get up. I'll be honest with you. Getting that would be basically what they call cinema. That is cinema to get. I mean, I'll probably go with the Batusai Vision.
Right.
I think it's supposed to be maybe about like three something when it does come out. But you
Yikes.
know what I mean? Yeah, I know. But I guess if you wait around a little while, it all depends on especially how many units they might be making because a lot of times now, especially with I've noticed with a lot of 1/6 scale stuff, they only bring out a certain amount of units, and then after that, it's catch us to actually get. So
Yeah.
that,
I heard a company gonna do mask.
I heard the rumor as well. I
Remember
heard that.
mask? Yeah,
Yeah,
they're transforming
I,
them. Cars.
yeah.
I don't mind getting those. Just a couple.
Dude, did you see Transformers One?
Bro, I heard it is good. I haven't seen it yet.
It is amazing.
I heard it's very
It
good.
is freaking amazing. Don't get me wrong. It's as I say, it's not how the story actually went or whatever, but it's a very decent telling of that. I'll be honest with you, I got Toy Story vibes from that,
Right. Okay. Okay.
and that's the kind of vibe I got from it. It was really cool. I'll say that much
Yeah.
without giving it away or selling out anything. I got like I said, best vibe to describe it as Toy Story
Right. Right. So okay. Now for the very hard question. Since you see it already, is it better than Michael Bay stuff?
by far. Yeah,
Ooh.
by far. I'll be
All
honest with
right.
you, Michael Bay didn't do all that of a great of a Transformers,
I think it worth a look now.
story. I'll be honest with you, and I do like the Yule Park model kits for them because the thing
Oh,
is Yule Park now, even though
sacrilege.
they are not
Mm.
Transformers,
Ugh.
don't get me wrong, I understand that a lot of people really they don't like that company or don't like Transformers that doing Transform because especially like with 3-0 and stuff like that.
No.
How
Yo,
3-0
yo.
has their iteration and
I'm not saying it don't look good, but that's just not my cup of tea, man.
yeah, no, but I do. But if you do want like a very, very well detailed figure, especially from the Euro Park, because of the price
Yeah,
point that they come at,
I have a
that is,
colleague. I have a
yeah,
colleague
that's
in
chef
work
kiss.
that bought the Yolo Park and it looked real good.
Yeah,
Real
but I
good.
understand that it's very hard to consider that a transformer because it doesn't really transform. It's just a form of whatever you get. Like for instance, so I understand, but I have to say, like for instance, if I was to actually get like the Optimus Primal, 3-0 Optimus Primal, I won't mind. I won't be mad. Because the thing is that how many times are you gonna actually transform that?
A
You know what I'm
couple of
saying?
times.
Until I get bored. Like for instance, I'll be honest with you, as a person, I have a transformer. I have transforming Gundam kits that transform into Wave Riders and all that other stuff, right? I usually just leave it in robot mode. I'm gonna transform them into a Wave Rider once in a blue moon. There's some
Right.
that I wouldn't even dare attempt to even try. Like for instance, the Zeta Gundam 2.2. Worst kit to ever transform ever in fucking life. I hate that kit. I'll be honest with you, that's one Gundam kit that okay, I understand that they have a new one right now. It's a lot better, but I would never buy that Gundam kit because of the nightmare that I had with that Zeta Gundam kit. And don't get me wrong, I love the Zeta Gundam. Like I love the Zeta Gundam. It's like one of the first ever Transformer um mobile suits.
Yeah.
Like
But
for instance, that was actually like they
but
brought out that and back in those days to actually compete with Transformers.
but let me tell you something. Transformers that able to transform, you get three figures in one. Right? Now, you transform it, you have options on your display. You can transform it into either the beast mode, the vehicle mode, or the robot mode.
Mm-hmm.
Now you have a robot, you can pose them about. The second play feature of it is a puzzle, right?
Oh
Like
yeah,
a
that's true.
Rubik's Cube. And the
Mm-hmm.
third, if you're into cars, boom, you have a car right there. Now it has some transformers. You see, like if now I will blame the engineering of the figure. You see, if the engineering they don't have to be too easy, but you don't have any like faults with connecting certain stuff and it not frustrating. I can understand you see it and you want to transform it back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
Once it have proper like joint tolerances and stuff like that. But yeah,
Okay. But
but
okay, quick question, right?
mm-hmm,
Not to cut you off or anything like that, but
yeah, no,
in most cases, right? Which is your class of transformer? Is it like okay? Is it like the leader class? Is it like the Is it the movie class they call it?
um, well the classes it have I
Yeah.
think is deluxe, um, Voyager, and deluxe Voyager. Not a huge transformer guy,
I know they have like the leader
and then
class, which is
yeah,
like the top line. Is it?
yeah, is deluxe Voyager leader,
Okay.
right? It's like different sizes, like high grade, real grade, and
Mm-hmm.
master and masterpiece. Well,
Yeah.
no, not
Okay.
masterpiece,
Like if you carrying
master.
it like to the different grades of like Gundam and stuff like that.
Well, boy,
But
I will say a master grade is I would say a master grade is like a leader class, just to go by
okay.
size.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, and
Right.
a Voyager and deluxe might be the different scales are high grade. But
Okay.
my thing is masterpiece. I like the masterpiece stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, it more challenging to transform, and they
So
tend
would
to.
you say like masterpiece is like the highest tier,
Yeah, masterpiece is the highest tier transformers, but
and then what like leader class? Then
nah, is for well the way it is masterpiece. Masterpiece could either be done by Takara Tomy or Hasbro,
okay.
and then it have the third party masterclass people that do their stuff. But what I'm realizing now is that they have a new scale, a very small scale. You could say probably GI Joe height or a little smaller. I forget what they call them, but that is the new scale now, because they're smaller, they're taking up less like shelf space, and the the transformation just as complex or just a little less complex than a masterpiece,
Okay.
and it's cheaper because they could get that for like 60 US dollars, while a masterpiece going from anything from $100 up. So a
Oh,
lot
okay.
of people going that way, and then they're looking good. They're looking just as good as a masterpiece. They're smaller, and you could fit like how much, 25 on a shelf,
All right. Okay.
right? And I'm forgetting the name of the scale, but then it have like what Hasbro doing. Hasbro doing real good now with their Transformer stuff. I mean, the one in particular that I still want to buy is Jazz, because he's my favorite Autobot. I get Jazz. Hasbro doing some real good stuff now, but they're like the smaller scale, like Marvel Legend size.
I always like Jazz as like the Porsche, like
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah,
G1,
yeah,
G1.
yeah, yeah. We love Jazz as the Porsche, but Michael Bay go on and make him a Solstice and then rip him in half.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was
that was
trash,
yeah trash.
real trash. But yeah, yeah, yeah. But look, you have the Ironhide. You know from
Yeah,
experience now how it is.
yeah.
So what is your experience with the Ironhide?
We have ways of making you talk! Whoa, Shredder's right! Because with the talking turtles, all you have to do is just pull the sound strip and...
Hey, dude, that's my line.
Well, how about...
Sounds good to me.
Each of the talking turtles come with 2 of their own talking clip strips. Plus, you can get more strips separately. So when Shredder talks tough, the turtles always get the last word.
Now we're talking.
From Playmates.
Like for instance, I have the Ironhide, which I believe it's not the it's a studio series if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it's a studio
Yeah,
series.
yeah, and that's basically Yeah, it's the not movie class or anything like that, but it's Cybertron.
It's
Is it?
Cybertron, I think. I don't know. I couldn't remember, but yeah, it's a movie series. It's a studio series. I think it's the one from the movie, the cartoon movie. I think.
Okay, yeah. Which what I mean, I find it's decent. I mean, I don't really have a problem with the transformation. I mean, it's pretty, pretty straightforward and simple to transform and stuff like that. It took a little while to get used to because I'll be honest with you, it's been the first transformer I had in a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not my favorite transformer. Like for instance, I would love to actually probably get my hands on like a maybe like a G1 Optimus Prime or like any Optimus Prime. I'll be honest with you because I do like Optimus Prime. I do like Bumblebee. I do love Jazz. Right?
Yeah.
Starfire. I do like Starfire. That would be sick to actually get.
Oh, Skyfire.
Skyfire.
Yeah, yeah. Don't worry.
Yeah.
They used to us, mixing up names on this one.
Yeah, I do like that in particular. Like, I mean, I do hope that they probably in the future,
Mm-hmm.
you know, make a lot of like, especially the movie figures. What I find is a lot of times is that you never get like the best of both worlds, like with the transformation figures
Right.
when it comes to the movie stuff. So, for instance, hence why a lot of people, because of the fact that it doesn't look really, there's not really a really decent transformable, movie accurate transformer out there. If you do find them, it's like they're really expensive or they're very hard to get.
Well,
Right.
bro, Master, I think Hasbro and Takara did some movie,
Yeah, I know,
like the
yeah.
Michael Bay ones,
Hmm.
and then it had some third-party companies that doing like witchcraft
Yeah,
with them Transformers figures.
yeah. That's the thing about the thing is like I said, they are probably in the class where you have to spend like over 100 to
Yeah, yeah,
actually get.
definitely,
Right.
definitely over 100.
So, because we're talking about now, those are imports. You gotta say, even though like a lot of figures that are on the market are imports, but that's like super imports. If we're not looking at it, we're looking at like Skyline,
Yeah,
RX-7, that kind of stuff. Right, compared to
That's
like
true.
your Toyota Camry, your your
Or your
Altima,
Corolla, yeah.
yeah, Altima, your Corolla. So looking at like your Nissan Skyline, your S13, S14, S15, those kind of cars, right? So what I mean, in push come to shove, I mean it's hard to get those kind of figures and stuff like that, and
Yeah.
then you
But
have to be like really really in tune to the culture to actually find those figures or know about those figures in particular.
yeah, you have to be in the know. And
Exactly.
Hasbro doing some good stuff, you know. Some of
Yeah,
the
what I mean, like I said, I do like that particular like Ironhide.
yeah,
Ironhide is actually like a decent actual character and stuff like that, especially in G1. G1 like Ironhide is pretty cool. All right.
yeah,
He was good in Michael Bay stuff, like the version of technically in Rise of the Beast, he was that character basically the Rhino. Okay, I forgot his name.
yeah,
But anyway,
Rhinox.
Rhinox is basically like a version of Ironhide. When you really think about it, whereas Bumblebee is like is a version of Cheetah. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah. I'll say that Rhinox is like a cross between Wheeljack and a cross between Wheeljack and Hyde and probably Ratchet, because he's the
well,
scientist. He
yeah,
does repair them, and he had the weaponry.
yeah, and then and then two Cheetah's like a cross between Bumblebee and even though you could probably say Rat Trap is basically a cross between for Bumblebee in some retrospects,
Yeah,
especially with the
yeah,
old series, depending on what you watch or whatever.
yeah. He have a kind of Bumblebee kind of thing,
Yeah,
you know.
like old school Bumblebee, G1. We're not talking about Michael Bay. And like Cheetah in most cases would be like the equivalent of Michael Bay Bumblebee. But yeah, but I don't know. There's like certain companies that a lot of people don't know about that make a lot of stuff, and they make it sometimes way better than those actual companies who actually have
Yeah.
the right set
I, I,
to bring up these things.
I realize that the those like third party companies sometimes, bro, they just be like a hit or miss. So
Well, yeah,
you had to be kind of careful with them too. Mm,
well, yeah, that's the thing about it. I mean, so
yeah.
it's
So
like it's like you really have to really try to get stuff that may actually make sense, and then too sometimes might buy these things and then it's like they're terrible. Like for instance, I don't want to say like Bandai. I saw like Bandai is actually trying to make now like some Robotech stuff, and well, I mean they've been doing it a while now or whatever, but I don't know. It's just to me, Robotech on the whole, I do like Robotech, but they usually like Robotech stuff are expensive, dude. I mean,
yeah, yeah,
so I,
mm-hmm. Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah,
It's like I know Robotech stuff. They're nuts. I mean,
yeah,
so
yeah. So I mean, so we have, alright. So folks, we have another party so coming up near Christmas. We always do that. It's like a tradition with us. We always do our Christmas, and with that one, we do like our predictions for the next year, what might come out, or what companies might do, what or what we want to see in the future.
exactly, we were right
So
about the gargoyles.
yeah,
We were
yeah,
definitely
yeah.
right about like the Mars.
Yeah, we don't get the credit that due to us, but hey, it's like the world we living in. But yeah, 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 we good.
If we could
Eh,
get the Galaxy Rangers, we good. We are
man,
good.
boy, I hope Super 7 not going and do Galaxy Rangers. I prefer NECA.
Well, here's the thing. If they could probably do it, and I mean, they most likely might do it. But the thing is that they're going to be expensive, and that's where it's going to hit, if you know what I mean.
Nah, man,
Because
NECA,
we're not talking about like
NECA for the
fifteen
win, bro.
dollars a figure. We probably talk about like in the ballpark figure of like $70, $80 a figure.
NECA for the win. You want NECA do it. I want NECA do it.
We shall see. NECA, I do. I'll be honest with you. The alien stuff. I have been pretty impressed with the alien and the predator stuff. I
Yep.
mean, and I hope that they would probably do like, for instance, I would like to actually see like a vision of the new titles, into the movies that it came out of what Jurgen did. I actually would love to see a concept of or iteration of figures
Yeah,
from that movie.
they coming soon. I heard like NECA going
Because
and do
it's
the
funny,
the,
they actually continue that show, but they have it as a series on
yeah,
Nickelodeon.
they are, but not
I
interested.
haven't really watched it, but
But NECA going and do the 2012 stuff anyway, so I just
well,
waiting to
yeah.
see how that going on.
Ooh, and
Pan
that
out.
should be actually pretty good because the original TMNT movie, 3D movie that they did, those titles actually were pretty decent as well. Don't get me wrong, they don't have to do Ralph in um his superhero. Well, I shouldn't say superhero, but his vigilante costume. But if they just do like the titles themselves, to me, it would actually sell. They
Nah,
don't necessarily
they
need
had
to
a
do like the variants.
nah they have to do Raf in that look, bro. You know how NECAs do it. They just do everything.
No, well, uh, yeah, but I mean, if they just do the plain titles by themselves, I don't mind.
Yeah, they do the plain titles, but the fans will be clamoring for everything because NECA set that precedent, especially with the cartoon line and the movie line. You're getting everything. Once they could make it, you get it. So yeah, don't
Yeah,
be
I
surprised.
guess, I guess, I guess. Um, I actually am looking forward to that. I guess the new Netflix Gundam series that's coming out. Well, I shouldn't say it's a series. I think it's a movie, if I'm not mistaken. I forgot what they call it, but it's basically taking place during the 1 year war,
Mm-hmm.
supposedly or whatever. But it seems interesting. I'll probably I know they have model kits for that coming out as well. For instance, that the Zaku as well as the other well, the supposedly Gundam mobile suit itself, which I mean doesn't really look Gundamish from my point of view. It looks kind of like overdone. It's not a particular design that I like or anything, but I mean I guess in some cases, a lot of sometimes a lot of the designs, when they initially first show them, a lot of people might not get behind them like one time, but it's stuff, it's things that they would probably do in show that make you be like, okay, yeah, I'll pick that up or whatever. But I mean, like for instance, a lot of people probably didn't like the Witch from Mercury Gundam when it was officially the design was released. But after a while, it grew on a lot of people. Like for instance, I was one of them. I didn't really like it, but the design grew on me. Same thing with I would say, well, I always liked the Barbatos when the Barbatos because the Barbatos design was one of the first like very obscure Gundam designs in a long time compared to like your standardized like beefin particular like waist frame and stuff like that. So I mean, I do like. I mean, I always like the Barbatos for that in particular, especially. Well, or should I say all the mobile suits in IDEO. Turn A Gundam was, I have to say, the most obscure Gundams ever. If you ever seen Turn A Gundam, so I don't have any of those mobile suits because I mean I'm not really a fan of those particular designs in particular, but I mean, I don't think I probably, if I did watch it, I probably watched a few episodes, but I got, you know, disenchanted by it. I think, yeah, that's the only like Gundam series I haven't really like watched, like Turning Gundam. I know a lot of people say a lot of good things about it, but maybe I have to probably give it a second chance. But yeah, yeah, I'm not a big particular fan of that particular design of Gundam.
Yeah. So, well, bro, to tell you the truth, I have nothing more to say. You wanna just close off with some good words to the people?
Um, I think the good people has heard enough from me. I've been, rambling. I do have to say that, everybody should, if you are feeling stressed out and, it's you should always take a break. I mean, don't, and especially the fact is that, sometimes, you might be like, oh no, that's, pussy shit, as they would say. No, dude, take a break. Mental
Yeah,
health is,
it's a
something that you
serious
should
business, man.
take serious issues.
Serious
Because I'm not
business.
gonna lie to you, it affects you, you know, really, really, really seriously. So, and in particular, try to stay away from like, especially like vaping. I'll be honest with you, I was a chronic vapor. That's the only thing I actually was like, chronically addicted to. I think a lot of people should actually like stop vaping because vaping is something that actually is kind of like it promotes it actually enhances your anxiety. You actually think that nicotine would actually like stop a lot of stress and stuff like that, but it actually like it cripples you basically. So I'll be honest with you, I've stopped like probably about like this is the third week I'm going on vaping, and I'm feeling a lot better and stuff like that. I'm actually focusing a lot more and stuff like that. So I would say,
Yeah,
you know what,
it's pretty
if you
good.
can, people don't vape.
Yeah,
Vaping actually is. I'll be honest with you, but take a walk, take a run, exercise, do something. You know what? Now and then, if you want, maybe even take a drink. I mean, I'm not really much of a drinker or whatever, but I mean, now and then, you know what? It's better you do things in, especially like if you're vaping, what they call salts, which are the higher nicotine um, well, vapes or whatever. because like the regular vapes are like 3 milligram to 6 milligram, like salts are like 25 to 50 something milligrams, in one bottle. So it's like, or if you're doing like the disposable vapes are a waste of time. Again, you can never tell the amount of nicotine that those disposable vapes have in them. I mean, so I would say honestly, if you need to smoke a regular cigarette. I'll be honest with you. But I mean, I don't like smoking regular cigarettes.
Yeah, what smoking kills, and
So regardless of the fact that, but
secondhand
regardless
smoke
of the
not good
fact that,
for people around you either. So if you could
well,
stop smoking altogether, don't do it.
well, true. But like I said, if you probably do have to smoke, you better smoke a cigarette than you actually smoke a vape. I mean, so because like I said, vaping is new to a lot of, it's new. It's anything you don't know what other, what effects that vaping actually
And let me
causes.
tell you something. A wise person once told me, don't start a habit you can't stop.
Exactly.
So-
And vaping is very hard to actually stop. And I'm not, I'm speaking with experience.
Yeah.
So definitely, guys, take care of yourselves, take
Yep.
care of your people.
And that was your public service announcement from
Yeah.
Gremlins or Parks. Please take heed. Might save your life. Alright.
Definitely.
So alright guys, that is it from us. Be safe. Look out for one another and enjoy collecting.
Exactly.
And every now and again go outside, enjoy the birds, enjoy the bees, enjoy the
Exactly. In other words,
rivers,
everybody touch grass. Touch grass.
Yeah, go on.
Touching grass is actually very, very good for you.
Yeah.
So
Go and try some new foods or something. You never know.
exactly.
Yeah.
Try around the football a little bit.
Yeah, the old pigskin.
Yeah.
Alright guys, so see you on the next one. Most likely we will be back for the Christmas special. So stay tuned for that.
Hopefully, some reviews would pop up.
Oh yeah,
soon,
most
hopefully.
definitely reviews will pop up and some
Maybe a few
shorts.
shorts and stuff like
And
that.
definitely check our Instagram too. You never know what might pop up there too.
So, exactly.
Right,
I'm
so-
gonna post some Batman stuff of some pictures of my Robert Pattinson Batman,
Yeah. And look
Very
out for the
soon.
review too. Look out for the review.
and look up for the review as well. So
Alright, so guys, we out. Later.
peace out, guys. Later.